Welcome back to episode 8 of the world's most secret podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Murray. It's nice to see everybody back. If it's your first time here, just please stand briefly. We just want to recognize you in the back. Yes, you too, young lady. It's okay. Stand up. It's okay. We're glad to see you here. Episode 8. We still here, baby. Yeah, I mean, it's still Women's History Month. Women's History. And in honor of Women's History Month and International Women's Day, I would like to take this time to recognize my old neighbor, Nigeria, who was the first woman to ever punch me in my face. And she was not the last, but she was the first and the second and the third. She punched me several times. She used to beat me up all the time when I was a kid. I was a loudmouth, like shit talking ass kid, but I was very little. Like I was like 5'3" until I was in like 11th grade. Like it was rough. Like I mean, to the point like I remember my friend Ashley. She's probably like 5'5" or something like that, or maybe shorter than that. I don't know, but she used to be able to lean down on my shoulder, like to lean down on me. And then over the summer between 10th and 11th grade, I was able to now lean down on her shoulder, so the roles had reversed. Only in that way, no other role reversal took place. She was still a much more mature and well put together person than me, and better student. But here we are. Anyway, that role was reversed. But yeah, I was very small, and Nigeria had length. She was lanky to me at least. I was I was probably like 4'11" at this point, maybe shorter than that. So she used to fuck me up, real bad. Like outside my house, like she used to beat me up in my driveway, in her driveway. She was, my neighbor. It was rough. Like that Kendrick line, "I've been stomped out in front of my mama." Like that's crazy. First of all, sorry to hear that, Kendrick. Hope you're doing well. And I've never experienced anything that rough, but like I mean, my version of that is like I've been stomped out outside of my grandmother's bedroom window. That's still pretty bad. I didn't want that to happen. She wasn't in there at the time, but you don't want that to be happening. You don't want your grandmother to be possibly privy to you getting her little baby getting hurt. You know what I mean? At the time, that was the youngest grandchild. You know what I mean? So it was. She would have felt bad to see that happen to me. But I didn't have what it took back then. Nigeria used to fuck me up, and she would not be the last. But in honor of her pugilistic efforts, we would like to name her Nobody Asked Shawn's Women's History Month Woman of the Week. Just All-Star Weekend. Atlanta niggas was handing out COVID like candy corn on Halloween. It was like, nobody asked for this, but this is what we have. So you will get some on your way to your next destination. Have some of this COVID. Feel free. Take as much as you like. My nigga Steph won the 3-point contest. You feel me? 3-point contest was very good. Mike Conley I was a little nervous. Mike Conley made it a little spooky in that last round. He was putting up crazy numbers. But my man Steph, he did what he do. And I think the dunk contest could use some shaking up because it's been some bad dunk contests, and I don't think this one was particularly bad. It's just like it's hard to be excited by the dunk contest anymore. You got to do so much to even impress us, and there's only so many dunks that can actually be done. Like there's not too much that's humanly possible anymore. Especially not by NBA players who don't dedicate themselves to this shit. Like this nigga Obi Toppin had a great dunk, but the problem was Zach LaVine did it in a layup line 2 weeks earlier. So it's like we kind of already saw this, bro. Like unless you could go back in time and erase that footage from our brain, like you're not gonna win the dunk contest, bro. Sorry. But there's professional dunkers out there. I used to PA for this show, Dunk League, which is a show basically just a dunk competition. And I still follow some of those guys that were on the show. And those guys are coming up with new dunks every week. But I don't know what the NBA could do, though, about that. Are they going to bring in pro dunkers? Or are NBA players going to start calling them pro dunkers like, yo, let me buy a dunk off you? But I don't know if the pro dunkers going to want to sell the dunks because it's like this is all I do. This is what I do for a living, nigga. I go to a town in Utah where they don't have any other entertainment, and I fucking put everybody in the town in an arena, and then I fucking dunk a basketball real hard, and they go crazy, and they give me money for it. So I can't really see them niggas giving up that shit, but at the same time, you got to do something. So I watched Coming to America for about 15 minutes, and then I turned it off. Shit was mid-99, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, but like, it was not very good. But Jermaine Fowler, amazing haircut. If y'all see me with that haircut in the coming weeks, I am biting off Jermaine Fowler's haircut in that movie. Whoever the barber and makeup hairstylist for that movie was, excellent job. But the movie is not very good. I watched it for 15 minutes. I was like, within those 15 minutes, En Vogue, Salt and Pepper, and Gladys Knight had all performed songs. And I was like, who is this for? Like, what are we doing? It's like a 1997 ass movie. I cut it back on to watch. I wanted to give it more of a, like, 15 minutes in, it's not, got to 45 minutes. Tiana Taylor then did a performance. Wesley Snipes was doing a really bad accent. I just thought it was, it's a 1997 ass movie. Like this should have been out years ago to fit the sensibilities of the time, because like this, it feels like the people who wrote this movie, I know Kenya Barris was involved, and I'm not a big fan of Kenya Barris, and we'll get into that maybe later or another time, but I don't think it was the modern type of funny. It's not, and this is not slight to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's one of the most incredible performers in the history of the world, like just bar none. And I feel like a lot of people don't, if you're young, you don't even know that about Eddie Murphy, or a lot of people might have just forgot. But Eddie Murphy was like, let's get into Eddie Murphy. This motherfucker was carrying SNL at 19. By 24, he was the biggest star in the world. He had an incredible streak of movies in the 80s. He started with 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, The Golden Child. This is how good Eddie Murphy was. Beverly Hills Cop, one of the funniest comedies of the 80s, one of the most beloved movies of the 80s. That movie was not a comedy when it was written. The movie was written for Sylvester Stallone. 22-year-old Eddie Murphy came in, and by sheer fucking talent and charm and force, like his gravitational pull morphed the shape of that movie, and it's just completely something different now. And he made it a comedy. The movie was written for Sylvester Stallone. It was supposed to be like a straightforward movie about a hard-edged cop going to L.A., and like he was amazing. By 25, he was one of the biggest stars in the world. By 28, he was for sure the biggest star in the world. By 28, he had put out 2 comedy specials that are generally considered 2 of the greatest of all time. He stopped doing stand-up. He hasn't done stand-up in 31 years, and he doesn't have to do it ever again because he was that good. One of the greatest performers ever lived. With that said, the back half of his career, I won't even say the back half, the back 3/4 of his career, like he's had some good shit. Dolomite's My Name, he was good in that. He's good in Dreamgirls, and he's been a hell of a fucking donkey. But, I mean, the nigga made Pluto Nash. Nigga made Norbit. But, like, I'm talking about Coming to America because I feel like one of the things I've realized is a lot of times now when I'm having a conversation about something, I'm not even having a conversation about it. I'm having a conversation about the conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? I saw a Facebook status that was like, I see a lot of people criticizing Coming to America because it's a sequel and it's not as good, but you know, James Bond comes out with a sequel every year, and all these other movies come out with a sequel every few years, and they don't get criticized as much. Like, first of all, they do. Like, I mean, you might not be privy to it. You probably not looking for those reviews, but I mean, there are bad James Bond movies and they get criticized. Quantum of Solace, for example. Spectre was not very good. Pretty much all of the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies were bad. Like, it's just, but you're not checking for that. You checking for the black reviews because you have a personal attachment to it. I get that. But also, I don't have to support it just because it's black. We got to support black. No, we don't. We don't. In fact, I think I am supporting it. Like, I think, like, Chris Rock had this joke in one of his specials where he says basically, like, true equality is black people being able to be mediocre. You know what I mean? That's real success. And that's like, Eddie Murphy has had some mediocre shit for a lot of years. Mediocre at best. And this is not a criticism of Eddie Murphy, one of the greatest performers to ever live, but it's about the criticism of my criticism. Like, I'm keeping it like, yo, the best support you could give somebody is to be real with them. Like, this shit wasn't very good. It's the same shit with like black capitalism. Like, it's like, we gotta support black, blah, blah. Like Jay-Z, right? Like, Jay-Z just sold Tidal to Square for like $297 million or something, and like, I'm supposed to be like, yo, that's black, like, that's benefiting Jay-Z. And congratulations to Jay-Z. I'm a huge fan. But like, I feel, I'm supposed to be in support of this nigga because of that shit. Like, that shit don't do nothing for the black community because he sold it to fucking. I was one of them niggas that, because I was a Tidal nigga. Like, anybody who follows me on Instagram, when you used to see me post music on there, you knew it was a Tidal link. It wasn't Spotify. It wasn't Apple Music. It was Tidal for a long time. So I was in on all that shit. But like, the thing is, we got to stop saying that because a black guy did it, that it's better. Like, because all this, we got to support black business and shit, is premised on an idea. Like, we're going to make a black business as good as the other business. We're going to make Tidals better than Apple Music. We're going to make it better than Spotify. Then you sell it, and it's no longer a black-owned business. It's like this whole, we're not fighting for a seat at the table thing. I'm going to build my own table. And then as soon as the seat open up, you fucking, hey, I think can have this table. I'm going to go over here. And then they say, well, I'm going to build I'm going to help being at this table. I'm able to now. But, like, you're not going to do it because people are self-interested at the end of the day. 99% of people are going to do the thing that benefits them as opposed to the thing that benefits the greater you know what I mean, all the people out there. Because, like, I mean, for example, the Amazon strike right now. There's the Amazon strike going on, if you don't know. Workers are going on strike from March 7th to March 13th. A lot of y'all niggas is still ordering packages. Why? Because if it benefits you, I still got to get my shit. And I totally understand that. But helping these niggas in the strike benefits everybody. You know what I mean? But do what you going to do. Like, you're not going to get a seat at the table and help us out. It's like, but we supposed to support it because it's black. Like, I'm not with that shit. Like, if I was a slave and the white owner of the plantation sold it to a black slave, I'm supposed to support this nigga. Like, I see you, nigga, finally your chance to crack the whip. Take it easy on me, though. Like, nah, bro. Like, he's still a slave owner. And I'm not calling Jay-Z a slave owner. But what I'm saying is, you get the point. You get how an analogy works. I don't got to explain that to y'all niggas. This is kind of turning into a socialist podcast. This is not intention of what I wanted to do. But it's like, I'm not with all this, like, we supposed to, like, black capitalism. Black capitalist is still a capitalist at the end of the day. And capitalism is built on the many working for the few. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it should be, like, because a lot of people want to get rich. It's like, I want to be a billionaire. I'm going to take care of my whole community. I'm going to take care of it. And then when they get rich, it's more money, more problems. Everybody always hit me up for money. Well, like, nigga, you say you was going to take care. Nigga, it's on you now. You have that responsibility now because you the nigga with money. We asking you for money because you got it. And we don't. Because if somebody get rich, like, oh, he going to help us out. And I'm not saying Jay-Z's not charitable. I'm sure Jay-Z is charitable. But the point is, he's still a billionaire, right? That means one guy has billions of dollars of wealth that could be spread over so many more people. But he has a plan for us. Or whoever. Not just Jay-Z, but whoever has a plan for, like, don't have a plan for me, bro. Let me have a plan for me. $1 billion in one guy's hands versus $1 billion in so many people's hands allows those people to be able to take care of themselves. Like, wouldn't you rather that? Wouldn't you rather, instead of you having to take care of your whole community, we can take care of ourselves? Why can't I just take care of myself, bro? Like, I don't even know how I got on this. My whole thing was fucking Coming to America's not very good, and I still love Eddie Murphy, but try again next time. All right, on to my favorite segment of the show. Nobody's Ask Shawn. Send in your questions to nobodyaskshawn@gmail or nobodyaskshawn on Instagram, or just text a nigga. Got a lot of questions this week for once, and it mostly came from like 2 or 3 people. And I love y'all that did this because, you know what I mean? Y'all holding me down. First question, what's your skincare routine? I don't really have a skin, like, I wash my face with Clean and Clear, this Clean and Clear scrub. I don't really have like a routine. Like, I honestly don't take care of my skin as well as I should. Niggas be having toners and tonics and all. I don't be knowing, man. But thank you for thinking I have good skincare, or maybe you were asking me so you could avoid my skincare routine, in which case it's Godspeed. Kind of piggybacking off of that question, at what age did you start getting compliments for your looks? I don't know. Is this question a compliment of my looks? Because if that's the case, then at this age, 27, this is the first later than I would have wanted, I guess. I didn't feel like I was I'm not gonna get vulnerable on this episode, but I didn't feel like I was an attractive person for most of my life. I didn't think I was like, it wasn't until like I remember like one time I just did a show with some comedian friends. We just had a good show, and they were like, you're like an attractive, cool black guy. You got the whole world ahead of you. And I was like, oh shit, I am an attractive, cool, like, it fucking, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And it was like, and it was just a guy saying this, you know what I mean? It wasn't even so it was like, I was like, at that point, I was like, I don't even need chicks to say it. You know, started getting a few more haircuts, started, putting on a little bit more lotion. And then I realized I don't even need all that. You know what I mean? I just the confidence, you know what I mean? Just be yourself. That's the lesson I'm going to impart with this part. This question is, in the words of Quincy Jones, just be like you, man. How long have you been growing out your locks? I've been growing my hair out for like 5-6 years now, but I trim it every few months. So it was as long as it's ever been this past summer because of the pandemic and shit, but then I trimmed it again. Is Tory Lanez a top 5 all-time? No. Kevin didn't ask this question, but my friend Kevin has this opinion. He's wrong. Tory Lanez is not even top 5 Canadian talents. Like, bro, come on, man. Kevin. No. One of my favorite brands right now, clothing brands, Home by Home. Check out Home by Home by the homie Noble, whose birthday is actually today, not the day of the podcast, but the day I'm recording the podcast. So happy belated birthday to you, Noble, wherever you at. But this is a great brand. It's the homie from New Haven who out in Brooklyn now killing shit. Crazy brand, so fucking well designed, and like, it's just, I'm just proud of him. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know him. Dead by 5 a.m. by the homie Brent. Amazing. Like, I remember just watching Brent. Like, Brent used to live around the corner from my house, and he used to like doing all this shit out of his bedroom. He had no space to do it. I would go into I would just be talking to him about other shit, and he'd be like, yo, try this on. And he would be hemming it on my body because we have similar body types. He would be like, yo, try this. Like, I mean, he would be fucking like using me as a model to fucking fix the shit. And to see he has his own space now to do that shit is amazing to see. Shout out to Brent, man. You killing it. The clothes are just, they're out of this world, bro. They're out of this world. He's incredibly talented. 120 Life brand by the homie IV. The IP. Don't ask what the IP stands for. He's not that type of person anymore. But it's a great brand, not only because it's great design, but it's a brand with a message, and that's what I really love about it, man. And it's good to see. He just had a drop a few weeks ago that went crazy, and I hope there's another drop coming soon because y'all niggas gotta run it up for my boy. And also, All Lemons soon come, and that's a brand coming soon from the homie Tally Perfecto, aka Thanksgiving, aka you still look like Dende, nigga. I ain't forget. How many hours does it take for you to edit your podcast? In the first week, it was a shorter episode, so it wasn't that long. After that, it'll take me 3-4 hours. It depends on how much footage I got to cut down. Sometimes I record way more than I end up putting in an episode, and then it's a lot of work. How do you feel about Frank Ocean's pyramids? All right, this person that asked this question, so I used to work at a camp with this person, and every time she got an opportunity to play some music, she would play Frank Ocean's Pyramids. And you would think it would make me hate the song, but maybe it's just a testament to Frank Ocean's immense talent or but the love that I have for this person that I actually still love the song. So shout out to you. What's my struggle meal? It's always ramen. And Maruchan over Nissan. If you know, you know. Top ramen is not top ramen. Go get that Maruchan. Favorite cartoons of all time. Number one with a bullet, Avatar, The Last Airbender is my favorite cartoon of all time. And it's in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. It's perfect cartoon. It gets no better in terms of story, world building, world design, character. It's some of the best character work on TV for any age group. It's got the best redemption arc in the history of storytelling, I believe. And it's just for it to be a kid show and be that well crafted and thoughtfully designed and mature in terms of like the themes it's dealing with, but never kind of doesn't really soften the blow for kids. It's silly. It's a kid show, so there's parts of it that's really goofy, but it's amazing, bro. It's the best show. It's one of the best shows ever. And also bending is cool. Like, who wouldn't want to fucking airbend or firebend or whatever? Number 2, I hate to say it, Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty, and it's not because it's the quality of the show. Is like Rick and Morty fans suck. Like, Rick and Morty fans are the type of people who like think they're smart because they like a show that's about science. It wasn't made by Einstein. It was made by Dan Harmon, who I love from Community, and that's part of the reason why I love Rick and Morty, because Community is one of my favorite shows. Check out Community on Hulu. And I think it's on Netflix now, too. Because everybody who watches Rick and Morty thinks they're Rick, but you're not Rick, and you're not Morty either. You're fucking Philip. You're Nicholas. You know what I mean? Like, you are Pamela. Like, you're not a character on the show. You're just a guy who likes, funny shows, but y'all suck. Y'all make me like the show less, and it's one of the best shows. And number 3 is The Simpsons, the golden age of The Simpsons, seasons like 3 through 9. I even say 3 through 11, but generally people say 3 through 9. The Simpsons is like, it's kind of like Eddie Murphy, honestly. Simpsons is like Eddie Murphy was like, at its peak for a short period of time, it was the best thing that ever happened. Like, The Simpsons was the best show on TV, the best show ever when it was at its peak. But it's been on too long. Now it's just another, it was like at the vanguard. It's similar to Eddie Murphy. Like, Eddie Murphy's peak was so strong. Like, you got to put him up there. But, like, it's a lot of years of I Spy and fucking Metro and Meet Dave, and this is rough. I'm sure they still make good episodes of The Simpsons, but that shit is just not as John Blaze as it used to be. And it's like, yo, just stop making The Simpsons. Just stop. And finally, before we go, a movie recommendation. If you're going to be on Amazon Prime watching Coming to America, you might as well just turn that off and watch The Handmaiden. I think it was Amazon Studios' first original picture. Korean film directed by Park Chan-wook, who's one of the great directors in the world. And it's a period of time where Korea was occupied by Japan. And it's about a handmaiden who works for a Japanese heiress who's not exactly what she seems. I don't want to give away too much to the movie, but it's one of my favorite movies of that year. Incredible movie. One of my favorite international films. And let me know what you think about it. And that's the episode for this week. As always, thank you for checking it out. Share it with your friends. Let people know. I guess you got on Instagram, you got to click the save button on the post, or otherwise niggas won't see it because you get shadow banned or some shit. I don't know. And on YouTube, like and subscribe. I love you. And as always, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.